Good morning, this is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Prescribed Fire and Smoke Briefing for Monday, April 28th, 2025. Fire activity is shown here. The pink dots are the prescribed fires and the yellow dots are the recent wildland fires. We are seeing a bit of an uptick in wildland fire activity, which is maybe a little bit more than normal for this time of year, but we do have some weather systems coming through that are going to keep relative humidity up and temperatures down, so we're not too concerned just yet. Okay, precipitation for the past 7 days is shown here on the left. We did have some precip move through. This doesn't include yesterday's precipitation, which we did have some yesterday, but does show some precip in the last week over western Nevada and up into Idaho, western Wyoming, and even portions of northern Utah. Southern parts of the Great Basin did remain dry. And then on the percent of normal for the past 30 days here on the right, we can see that Nevada has just been very, very dry for the past month, especially across the south. Southwest Utah has also been very dry. Really everywhere was below normal for the last 30 days, except for this pocket here in south central Utah. And however, for the past 24 hours or so, we did see some snow with this latest low pressure system moving into Nevada and Idaho and western Wyoming, some high elevation snow there across the area. So definitely good to see that in late April, slow things down a bit. However, if we look at the longer term picture of our current snow information and our drought, we definitely have some areas where we're concerned about going into the fire season. So snowpack on the left showing some elevated values, above normal over northern Nevada and southwest Idaho. Western Wyoming sitting right around normal for the time of year as well. However, Utah is starting to lose its snowpack, especially the central and southern portions of the area quite rapidly, which is generally normal for this time of year. You can hold across southern Nevada and portions of southwest Utah and the Arizona Strip with some exceptional and extreme drought conditions down there, and much of Utah is experiencing some degree of drought. So definitely something to watch as we head into the early part of summer, and will be affecting our outlook certainly for fire season. All right, let's look at the forecast for this week. We do have a fairly progressive pattern moving in this week with some cooler temperatures and precipitation coming to the area. For today, again, yesterday through this morning, we did see this low pressure system moving through the Great Basin, still hanging out over Utah today with some lingering showers there. But we'll be exiting later this evening into tomorrow. Ventilation rates are high. As far as winds go, we do have some northerly winds on the breezier side over portions of the basin, especially southwest Idaho and into portions of Nevada. Mixing heights are high today. And then our maximum temperatures again are going to be below normal for the time of year, especially on the eastern half of the basin with 60s in Utah, and a little bit cooler in western Wyoming, maybe a little bit warmer there in southwest Idaho. And then we're seeing that precipitation continuing in certain areas of the basin, especially on the eastern half today again. Tomorrow, another low pressure system begins to move into the Pacific Northwest, bringing cooler temperatures and some showers to the northern areas of the Great Basin, although the south will be on the drier side with high ventilation rates area wide. Transport winds pick up a little bit with that next low over the Snake River Plain. Gusty winds out of the west to northwest, otherwise a little bit lighter further south. Mixing heights are elevated on Tuesday. And maximum temperatures increase a bit across Utah and Nevada tomorrow, with the drying conditions and sunny skies. Again, the precipitation increasing just mainly over the central Idaho mountains on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, that trough drops into the central and southern portions of the Great Basin, increasing precipitation a little bit further south with high ventilation rates. Again, winds pick up a bit on Wednesday across much of the area. These winds will be out of the north, bringing another shot of cooler temperatures area-wide with high mixing heights. And then again, temperatures back into the 60s, mainly across the eastern half of the basin, maybe a little bit warmer near 70 in the western half. And then we'll see the precipitation, those bands track through mainly northern and central Utah, western Wyoming, and across parts of east central Nevada. Forecasted clearing index for Utah for the next 3 days shows pretty good values, especially today. Maybe tomorrow we see them decreasing a bit over the northern portions of the area, and then staying maybe somewhat lower over the northwest Utah again on Wednesday. 3-day precipitation totals are shown here. Again, this is some precip moving through today across central Idaho tomorrow, and then another band moving through northern Utah on Wednesday. So the biggest winner here is western Wyoming with the maybe a half to 3/4 of an inch of precipitation expected up there. On Thursday, that low continues to drop south into the southwest and southern California, maybe bringing some continued chances of showers to the southern Great Basin, which is great this time of year. Ventilation rates remaining elevated over Utah and Nevada, maybe decreasing a bit over Idaho. And then on Friday, we start to see another trough beginning to develop over the Pacific Northwest. This will be a big player for the weekend. Ventilation rates remaining high on Friday. On Saturday, again, that low really deepening. This is a pretty strong trough for late April. We're expecting pretty strong winds across the area. It's beginning to move in on Saturday ahead of that low. Maybe some precipitation beginning to fill in into western Nevada as well. Ventilation rates are going to be high on Saturday. Then that low slowly moving through the Great Basin on Sunday, bringing again precipitation to many portions of the area and very strong winds out ahead of that low on Sunday, mainly over the eastern and central portions of the area ahead of the low. Ventilation rates, of course, high area wide. Precipitation accumulations for days 4 and 5. This is Thursday through Saturday, so we'll start to see a little bit of precipitation moving in by Saturday into western portions of the area. And then this is day 6 and 7, so Sunday to Monday, and that's when we'll see the bulk of the precip move through the region. So pretty good precipitation event for much of the basin, even down into our central and southern portions. So looking forward to that precip next weekend. The extended forecast for May 5th through the 11th is calling for slightly above normal temperatures for the northern 2/3 of the area and maybe a little bit cooler than normal across the south, and above normal chances for precipitation. So just the forecast we need heading into the 1st of May. This concludes today's briefing. Please check back on Wednesday for the latest updates.